used your improper redactions.
You'll like my answer.
To continue to protect
Donald
Trump.
Congressman Dan Goldman just brought the receipts to a hearing with Attorney General Pam Bondi, and she completely fell apart. He walked in with actual documents from the Epstein files that Bondi is hiding from the public, held them up, and asked her point blank why she's protecting Trump and exposing survivors.
Because they're lovers.
And when she couldn't answer, she started yelling at him and holding up mugshots of immigrants like that somehow changes the subject. Check this out.
New York recognized. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Bondi, I went over to the department yesterday for a couple of hours to review some of the unredacted materials. And I am looking forward to your detailed explanation for why you have withheld almost half of the documents, which is required by the bill. Now, obviously, there are 3 million documents, so I didn't get through much.
3 million
but one
documents?
thing I didn't see was the client list that you said you had on your desk a year ago. I did, however, find a couple of important documents. An 86-page prosecution memo from the Southern District of New York, and a draft indictment from Florida against Jeffrey Epstein's co-conspirators. For reasons that I cannot understand nor are permitted by the bill, they were still redacted, even for members of Congress. So, Ms. Bondi, will you commit right here to immediately providing those 2 documents in unredacted form to members of Congress?
Come on, Blondie.
Not a complicated question.
Come on, Barbie.
Well, I guess it is for you because you have a law degree and those are privileged.
Listen to Barbie.
Okay, they're not privileged, but we will discuss that later. I also found an email that I have right here from Jeffrey Epstein to Ghislaine Maxwell that was unredacted. And it included notes of statements that Donald Trump made about his prior relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Now, there is no reason for this to be hidden from the American people. There is no privilege, there is no attorney-client privilege, and I see you're checking with your staff, and I can assure you, staff, this is not under attorney-client privilege because it was sent from Jeffrey Epstein to Ghislaine Maxwell.
Check to see if he's telling the truth.
Will you commit to publicly providing the unredacted version of this so that the American people can understand the extent of Donald Trump's lies about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein?
You're about as good of a lawyer today as you were when you tried to impeach President Trump in 2016. Have you apologized for that in 2019?
So will you unredact
There she
this?
go.
Will you
were
unredact
lead
this?
counsel on that. Privileged.
I'm asking you, will you unredact this?
Privileged.
Privileged, of course. I look forward to discussing this more. Now, these are obviously improper redactions.
And let me stop for a minute.
I'm talking. I'm
if they're
talking.
not privileged,
Quiet.
don't yell at
She's
me.
not
If
no
they're
boss.
Not
You stop the clock. This is on your time. It's not on Mr.
Don't
Goldman.
yell at Barbie.
You used your improper redactions.
You'll like my answer.
To
If we
continue
review
to
them and they're
protect-
not
Got
privileged,
bags under her
I'll
eyes.
be happy to release them.
We'll
after
stop the
review.
clock. We'll stop the clock. Time
Put
belongs to
Crockett
the
on there.
Even
She
though you
timed
used
up for it.
improper redactions to protect Donald Trump and other predators associated with Jeffrey Epstein,
Predators.
you did the exact opposite thing
Porn
with the survivors
predators.
and victims of this scheme. So their
Scheme, plot,
identification
deceit.
information was really the only thing required to be redacted, and it was not. And it's clear this was not a mistake. This was not by accident. This was not because you only had 30 days when you really used 75, and that doesn't even include all the hours last March that you were redacting it. But I'll tell you why it's clear it wasn't a mistake. There is an email entitled Epstein Victim List. There are 32 names. One is redacted. 31 are not. So someone looked at it and decided to redact
How about the other 31?
And I will tell you that that is clearly
31 Masons.
intentional to intimidate these survivors and victims. Now, in a interview last week,
How will you tell me that's intentional?
in an
The thing
interview
about
last
the
week,
government is they deal esoterically. I see Pam Bundy and all her minions, they're not going to come out here and tell the truth. Because that's not what demons do. Demons are professional liars. That's what they do. They lie. That's their job. They lie. You know, they smile all up in your face and they do a whole lot of deflecting. That's what's wrong with America, man. Can't stand this place. This place was built on forced slavery, assimilation, right? And these Europeans, man, they brought all of this madness over here, all of this sleeping with kids and practicing all different types of harlotry, right? But the word I'm really looking for is let's see what this word I'm looking for, because I want to make sure I'm saying it. I'm saying it right. So the word I'm looking for is pedestry. Pedrasty, right? Pederasty. See, back then, matter of fact, let's see how you say that word. I want to make sure my viewers know. This, because this technology, man, this junk got this pedestry. It's pedestry. Pederasty. That's the word I'm looking for. Pederasty. Sexual activity involving a man and a boy or youth. I mean, you can throw the girls up in there too, right? Because this Epstein list, man, this thing is huge, man. It's been going on for years, man. But in the ancient times, during all of these Greeks and Epicureans and these Caesars and these Roman generals and what's another word that I want to use? People of power, the Burgundies type people, man. The elite. That's what I'm trying to say, right? So Pam Bundy, man, she's part of the fold, and these are the people that's basically they not going to repent, right? Because it's lucrative money. It's lucrative money. They not going to repent. There's nowhere in the world they're going to repent, right? They love what they do, and they good at it, right? That's why I had to show you this little video. There's all kind of videos on this jump. But how do you have what do you say, like 3 million documents, of tapes and people on names on the list? Out of 31 names, only one of them came forward, or something crazy like that, right? But that goes to show you, man, what type of people we dealing with in America, man. They monsters. Straight monsters, man. Let's see what it say. Let's just listen to it. Just a little bit.
Shameful and despicable efforts by Miss Bondi and her department to intimidate you, how many of you are still willing to speak to the Department of Justice?
See?
All of them. Well, Miss Bondi,
man, you speak to the Department of Justice, you might not be here tomorrow, right? Because that's how they do, man. The devil was born from the womb. That's what the Bible says. Born from the womb, man. Let's get that Psalms 55 and 58 and 3, right? They born from the womb, man. These people are adepts and dupes. They use a whole lot of duplicity, right? Let me get this joint, man. Listen to this, man. It says that evildoers go wrong all their lives. They tell lies from the day they are born. From the day that they are born, they lie. That's the people in government, man. We dealing with them type people, man. Right? And you know what? They everywhere. They in Congress, they in the Senate, they governors, they statesmen. They all types of, They come in all types of styles and colors and flavors, right? But this lady, man, you know, I think she was sleeping in the bed with Trump, man. They got pictures of her and Trump kissing one another. He probably was laying down, right? Verse 4, they are full of poison like snakes. They stop up their ears like a deaf cobra. They ain't trying to hear all that. That's why she can't, that's why this Pam Bundy, that's why she can't, you know, give you a direct answer. She got to deflect, and then she got to ask her members, is he telling the truth? He might got us. You know what I'm saying? When you dealing with evildoers that consistently do evil all their lives to try to get over on the public, get over on the taxpayers. You know, you can't see me. You don't know what I'm doing. You don't know what you talking about. These people were pretty much taught that, look, when the shit hit the fan, this is what you do, right? And see, they didn't brought our people up into this joint, right? Because people like Jay-Z, he carries the name Rockefeller. Rockefeller comes from the House of Hess. You know, these are big people of nobility. They got money, they got wealth, and if you're trying to roll like that, guess what, man? You gotta this thing that they call situational ethics, man. They use contracts to bond you or bind you to this environment, right? That they're placing on the people, right? This is what they do. They got people like this, and if they get caught, and if certain people get caught, they lose their life. Guess what, man? It's next man up. This is a global organizational network of evildoers. So, what do you think, man? You know, I mean, I go on and on, right? But yeah, you know, I just thought I'd share a little bit something with you.